Rise and grind. The 5 types of cigars that you need to avoid. Let's get into this list. Here at Rise and Grind, we equip you. We share with you the best whiskeys, the best cigars, the best cognacs, the best cigar lounges. And on this video today, we want to help you. We want to share with you the 5 types of cigars that you need to avoid. You see, we're here to add benefit to you. And so stick around for the next few minutes. We're going to share with you the 5 types of cigars that you need to avoid. And so whether you are here to just unwind after a long day or to celebrate your achievements, having a great cigar can really set the mood. But as with anything else in life, all cigars are not created equal. And so today we want to share with you some insights on cigars that you need to avoid. We want to help to make your smoking experience perfect. And so let's dive in. The first type of cigar that you need to avoid are overpriced cigars. And so let's dive right into this, because there are some cigars out here costing $30, $40, $50, and we've all been tempted. We've all seen the high prices, and then we assume because of the high price it must have high quality. But I'm here to let you know that that's not always the case. You see, some cigars are highly priced just because of the brand prestige. You see, it's got nothing to do with the quality of the tobacco, nothing to do with the blend. Some brands charge a premium simply because of their name, their legacy. And while they might offer some quality, the price oftentimes includes the cost of their reputation and their marketing. Something else that drives up the price are limited editions. We see them all over. Limited edition, year of the this, year of the that. These limited editions come with a hefty price tag. And although the cigars may be rare, this doesn't guarantee a good smoking experience. Something else you're paying for is packaging. Packaging can be enticing, but remember, we're paying for the cigar, not the box that it came in. And so don't pay extra for elaborate designs and fancy boxes. Something else that drives up price, the last thing we're going to share with you as far as what makes an overpriced cigar, is celebrity endorsements. You see, just because the cigar has a fancy football player or even a fancy boxer doesn't mean it's going to be a good cigar. And so the focus should always be on the cigar itself and not the name attached to it. Second type of cigars that you need to start avoiding are overhyped cigar. You see, the cigar community, like any other, is filled with trends and fads. But just because a cigar is popular doesn't mean that it's the right one for you. And so we want to share with you some things to avoid when you look at these overhyped, over-marketed cigars. Because a lot of it is just the marketing. A lot of it is the buzz that has been created, and it doesn't always translate into good quality. And so there are a few things that will let you know whether it's overhyped. You see, your friends may rave about a certain cigar, but remember, your taste is going to be subjective. What works for them might not work for you. What works for your favorite YouTuber might not work for you. Just because it's been featured in some cigar magazine and given a high rating doesn't mean that it's going to be a good cigar. You see, some of these ratings are influenced by advertising dollars. And so trust your own palate. You see, some cigars gain fame because they follow current trends, like they have a certain flavor profile or certain blends. And so stick to what you enjoy, not to what's trending. You see, the best way to avoid overhyped cigars is by trying cigars, smoking cigars, building up your own palate. You gotta get out there, you gotta smoke some stuff so that you can understand what it is that you actually enjoy. Third type of cigars that we want you to avoid: fake or overpriced Cuban cigars. So we got to talk about this. This is the white elephant in the room. Cuban cigars. You see, some people think that Cuban cigars are the holy grail, but there's a few things that I want to share with you. There's a few things that you gotta know when it comes to Cuban cigars. First of all, most of the Cuban cigars that you're gonna see are fake. The market is flooded with fake Cuban cigars. And so if you're not buying it from a reputable source, you're likely getting a counterfeit. Second thing with Cuban cigars is price versus quality. Genuine Cuban cigars are expensive, but they don't always justify the price. And a lot of non-Cuban cigars actually offer equal or better quality at a better price. Cuban cigars are simply not available because of the trade restrictions and the embargoes and all this political stuff. Cuban cigars are not easily available. And so as a result, the price goes up, and as a result, most of them are counterfeit. Cuban cigars are usually very inconsistent in quality because of how the country and the quality controls and all the stuff that they face. And so out of a box of 20, 5 of them are not gonna be good. You see, don't overlook cigars from other regions like Nicaragua and Dominican Republic and Honduras, and there's even some Haiti and Africa. These cigars offer great quality and value. So we've shared with you so far 3 kinds of cigars that you want to avoid. Fake, overpriced Cubans, overhyped cigars, overpriced cigars. We got 2 more to share with you, but we just want to pause to thank you for helping us on this channel, its growth. Thank you for supporting by hitting like and leaving your comments. Let us know what are the kind of cigars that you're going to make sure that you avoid from buying. Hit a like, join this community, because all we do is share tips with each other. We got another channel called The Grind Podcast, which is where we share motivation and inspiration. Okay, we're gonna dive back into this. The number 4. The kind of cigars that you want to avoid are cigars that are too strong. So let's talk about strength. Because sometimes we always want to grab the darkest cigars, thinking that's going to be the best cigar because it's going to have the most flavor. But some cigars are just too strong. And because they're so strong, they're filled and packed with not just flavor, but they're packed with nicotine. And all of this nicotine, this is what can lead to dizziness and nauseous, and this can make your smoking experience not pleasant. You see, sometimes when the cigar is too strong, that's going to overshadow the flavor of the cigar. A cigar that's too strong can mask the subtle flavors that make smoking enjoyable. And so we all like to have that dark Maduro, but if it's too strong, if it's packed with too much nicotine, you're not gonna have a pleasant experience. You see, it's about having something that you can enjoy. It's not about smoking something that you've got to tame and maintain. A strong cigar is gonna require that you slow down. You're not gonna be able to just smoke it quickly because you gotta let your body absorb it. And having to pace yourself might make the experience less enjoyable. And so we want you to smoke the cigars that you want, but getting that dark Maduro, getting that strong, power-packing cigar might not be the best thing. And so you might want to avoid cigars that are too strong. 5th and final kind of cigars that we want to help you to avoid are cigars that are too young. You see, we've all been in the brick and mortar and they've got their house rolls, and sometimes it's just too young. These are cigars that haven't had the time to age properly. And so they smoke and taste like ammonia. And so they can be very unpleasant. A lot of times you get these younger, less experienced cigar companies that just they don't have access to good tobacco, and the tobacco that they have just simply hasn't aged long enough. You see, aging allows the flavors in a cigar to blend into balance. And young cigars are unbalanced, they can be sharp, they can have uneven flavors. They can also burn terribly. Young cigars have burn issues, they burn unevenly, and it just simply ruins your smoking experience. So we want to avoid cigars that are just too young. You see, we wanted to just do this video. I know I've been doing a lot of talking, but there's a lot of information to share with you. We want to help you on your smoking experience, letting you know what kind of cigars to avoid. Avoid cigars that are overpriced. Avoid cigars that are overhyped. Avoid cigars, the fake Cubans, overpriced Cubans. Avoid cigars that are too strong. And avoid cigars that are too young. We're here to help you on your cigar smoking journey. Help us, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join this community, because we're just here to help us with this passion of ours. And so hit subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, but most importantly, rise and grind.